Welcome everyone on Zoom and in the room to Recovery Dharma at Soul Center, 6 p.m. in Spokane, Washington, and worldwide. It's great to see everybody both online. Let's switch to, so I can see everybody and not me. I don't want to see me talking. And everyone in the room. It's wonderful. I am grateful to be here tonight, and I'm grateful for our topic. There are conditions and the rising of conditions, and the second noble truth. There's a source to our suffering, um, a source to our discomfort, and I'm reminded of a lot of people who share their experience of having an intense meditative moment. I'm going to call it that, an intense meditative moment. It's pretty similar, and it's a moment when you can see the storm around you. I can see the storm around me and not be the storm. I can see the storm around me and not be the storm. And that storm is thoughts, feelings, opinions, habits, reactions. Many of these things are tools if used mindfully. Thinking can be an incredible tool if I use it mindfully. But when it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on, when I'm doing some of my chanting in the morning and just weird things come into my head sideways, a lot of times like commercials or songs or I want to start planning my day when my day is already getting started in the best way possible. And then when I get to quietly meditate, just watching those thoughts continually arise and those feelings, those reactions. When I get to watch myself, I get to see it more often when I'm the news or social media or when I'm around friends and someone says something I disagree with. I get to see my habitual reactive response, just like that. Um, I have an idea what the truth is, and I want to tell them what that truth is, and it's not very skillful when I choose to follow through with that. But being able to watch it just tells me a lot about myself, about my attachments. I mean, even if I am a right, even if I am a right, even if I am right, it's a booby prize. Being right is can be the booby prize of the universe. If I knew the world was going to end tomorrow and I was right, that's not much of a prize. So I see this storm and I see how this storm creates suffering. Now, there's some suffering like when my arthritis is off the charts, which doesn't happen as much anymore, but when it does, or when I have a toothache or an ear infection, or when something or someone very dear to me is gone, usually through death, that creates a suffering. And I don't believe that's the suffering that the Buddha is referring to. My suffering about that, like when my parents died, my feelings of guilt and regret and of not wanting to let go, those were the suffering I created from the storm in my mind, the reactions to their death, which created suffering and made things worse. That was suffering. And a lot of the storm is habits. My habit of wanting to be right, my habit of enjoying a good rage because it makes me feel powerful, which when I pay attention to it shows that I feel weak and I want to use that to feel powerful. And when I want my opinions to be right, it shows that I feel out of control if I look at it closely and I want to be in control. And a lot of my addictions show that I don't feel well and I want to feel well and I want an easy, quick solution. For me, addiction has often been like a sticky trap. About 10 years ago, I decided I would never ever use sticky traps, especially for mice. I'd laid them down because we had a mouse problem and our cat was very, very old. She couldn't catch them. In fact, she'd watch them run across the floor and go back to sleep. So I laid them out thinking that that was a good idea. And then a mouse was caught in the trap. And I'd heard a squeaking going for a long, long time, and I didn't know what it was. And then I found a mouse stuck to the trap. And I felt much sorrow. I felt genuine compassion and concern that I did not think it through, that I did not think for myself hard enough what the consequences of laying these traps out would be. And I don't want to tell, excuse me, the whole story, but I did what I had to do. That's what addiction feels like to me. I've worked and experienced, I've worked with people with addiction. I've experienced my own addictions. And it's worse. It's like I'm on a sticky trap. And I can only pull myself away at great harm to myself. And it's that storm. It's the storm of all the things arising, that in intense meditative moments I can see and observe. And really, all of them are sticky traps that deny me a life of, some people would call it a life of the spirit, deny me enlightenment, deny me liberation. The meditation I really wanted to do tonight, and I might do it a few times through this, is so hum, meaning I am that. I am that. In my mind, it's related to Omani Padme Hum. I am the jewel at the heart of the lotus. I am that which can see the arising all around me. I am that which can witness from the inside all the thoughts and feelings and that happen within me and everything that I can perceive with my senses that happen outside of me. And that can free me to be free from suffering created by these thoughts, these feelings, these habit energies. these reactions. So if you can just be comfortable, you can chant with me if you like. It's a very simple chant, or you can just follow along in your head or just follow your breath. We'll be starting in just a minute. So 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 hum. So hum. So hum. Spend a few minutes enjoying the silence. If thoughts and feelings and reactions, fears arise in you, just be that and watch the tornado swirl around you. Namaste. May we be happy and peaceful. May we be happy and peaceful. May we be healthy and strong. May we be safe and protected. May we live with ease. Namaste.